Hey everyone, and welcome back to the Art of Save Scumming. We've got another Dowie video coming your way, and today I wanted to talk about the Forge. And there are some items that I think that you should prioritize over others. Now, obviously, the meta for a lot of folks is to spend your Oathgold on the Iron Warden's Tankard, and that is a fantastic expenditure. You should buy a lot of these when it is proper for your economy to do so. But in the early stages of the campaign, I think that there are 3 expenditures that you should go after and then convert the rest of your Oathgold to tech tree upgrades. And those are not the Iron Warden Tankard or any of the other items. They are actually character runes. And the following character runes are what I believe that you ought to spend your money on. Now, these have been reduced due to tech tree reductions, but this would cost 300 usually. So the first one that you should buy is the Rune of Luck. So 300 for the Rune of Luck, and you get 3 of them. That is a 10% ward save on whatever character you throw it on. The next thing that you ought to spend on is the, again, 300, 5% physical resistance out of the Rune of Iron, and you get 3 of those. So if you're considering fighting against physical resistance, which is mostly what you're going to be going up against in the early stages of the campaign, then now with those 2 items on a character, you end up with a 15% physical resistance, and then 10% against everything. And then the last one that you should spend on is the Master Rune of Spite. Now, you only get one of these, and it's 500. But the Master Rune of Spite basically turns your character into a mortis engine, in an effect range of 35 meters. And they don't have to be in contact with that unit either. So if you got a big blob sitting there, then the Master Rune of Spite is going to do a ton of damage. So how do you use these things? Well, you use them as defensive items. So let's say, for instance, that this settlement was getting ready to be attacked for whatever reason. Or I've got some kind of defensive needs in this region, whether I've got a rebellion kicking off or I've got an enemy army getting ready to come in. We go down through here, we go to the Demon Slayers, and we pick a Valea character. And Valea is going to give us a 5% ward save on this character. So we go ahead and get that. And then we're going to say, for instance, that the enemy army is coming from over here. We're going to position ourselves on the opposite side from wherever the enemy army is. So if the enemy army is coming from over here, then we want to actually be over here. And the whole purpose of this is so that they attack the settlement garrison. You take this character and you pile on your runes. Excuse me. It's a magic item located towards the bottom. Iron, Luck, and Spite. Now you can only buy 1 Master Rune of Spite, but you get them throughout your campaign from the other legendary lords. So if you're playing as Thorgrim, you get one like really early, but you can purchase an additional one. So this is up to 3 characters that you can set up this way, which means that you could have, if you plan properly, multiple Demon Slayers in a region. And the reason you've picked the Demon Slayer is not only the Valea trait, which is available to everyone, but this character is unbreakable. So you can literally sit there and do thousands of kills on trash units like Skaven and vampires and things like that off of this character, where otherwise your garrison would have just gotten depleted and you're out of there. If you are able to withdraw this character, then you get to do it again. And if they didn't take the settlement, then you end up with with replenishment on this character. And then you can add that liquid fortification if you want to. But the thing about the liquid fortification through the Iron Warden Tankard is, and this is the reason that I think is so important that you get these items over the Iron Warden tankards is all of these items that you can see in here are losable from a battle loss. So there's a chance that if you lose this character and he doesn't die, that you would lose this relic sword, for instance, or you would lose this talisman of preservation, which is a fantastic item, but there's a chance that you'll lose that. If he gets killed, you will lose all of them, default. However, these character runes do not get lost, even if the character is killed. So regardless of how many times you throw a character in there with those 3 runes on there, doesn't matter. They're going to be available again for the next time you need to do this. And this drastically enhances your ability to defend your settlement. Obviously, you would want more time to be able to recruit a whole bunch of units, you know, into your army to be able to mount a really good defense. But like, if you get caught with an army coming out of nowhere, or you just got notified that there's going to be a rebellion, then popping one of these guys down and defending that region. And again, like I said, you could put him here, you can put him here, or you can put him in front and get them to attack the character first instead of the settlement. There are benefits to doing all those things, but ultimately what you're trying to do is get them to go away, or buy yourself some more time to perhaps raise another lord over here, let this lord actually do all of your recruitment, and then after they've burned up a whole bunch of resources trying to capture this settlement, move this guy in the next turn, recruit a new lord that's a demon slayer, put those runes on that one. Now you got 2 characters in the area that are doing all of that damage plus the extra ward save and physical resistance, and now you've got yourself a serious defensive capability. It gets even crazier if you are able to get towards the middle of the campaign where you've got I need a different settlement, hang on, where you've got some of these characters that are saved up. And like this one, for instance, this Demon Slayer is level 21. So I can just continuously use him. And then once you get into their skill tree and you've got a few of those guys saved up, they can be your defenders because they have some extra really good stuff in here. Additional ward save. Additional ward save again. You know, and then, of course, buffing the army and buffing Slayers specifically. Slayer defensive armies, especially when playing as Ungrim, are god tier. But anyway, that is my look at the items that you should purchase first with your first, we said that was 500, 300, and 300. So by my public education math, that puts us at 1,100 Oathgold, which in the grand scheme of things, the amount of Oathgold that you're going to generate off of your entire campaign, buying those things early and postponing some other purchases is definitely well worth the Oathgold expenditure in the early campaign. Anyway, that's what I got for you guys today. Thanks for tuning in to the Art of Save Scumming, and hopefully we'll see you on another one here pretty soon. Bye!